It's news time. Information is power. The current, the news headline. Buhari makes new appointments. Uzodinma fails to name sponsors of Imo's insecurity. President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed Dr. Doyin Salami as his chief economic advisor in a bid to address the country's current economic crisis. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, announced the development on Tuesday in a statement where Dr. Doyin was chairman of the Presidential Economic Advisory Council, PEAC. Prior to his new position, the 59-year-old economist was a 1989 doctorate degree graduate in economics of Queen Mary College, University of London. Hope Uzodinma, who happens to be the governor of Imo State, has also failed to mention the names of the sponsors of insecurity in Imo State on Tuesday, despite having previously promised to release the names on January 4, 2022. The Vanguard monitored the governor's speech at the government house in Owerri during the Imo State stakeholders meeting luncheon, but he called on the former governor of Imo State and senator representing Imo West Senatorial District, Rochas Okorocha, to allow him to rule Imo State in peace. He further said he would allow the security agencies to finish up with their investigation on sponsors of insecurity before he actually make it known to the public. Rather than clear their names, they appear bent on using overt and covert means to blackmail the police high command, which legitimately arrested Uche Nwosu. They are also seeking to dent the image of the fine security officers attached to the governor of Imo State. The statement issued on Monday and made available read: plots by those believed to be foiling insecurity, particularly kidnapping, banditry, arson, and cannibalism in Imo State, ahead of January 4, 2022. Imo stakeholders meeting got ahead on Monday with false news of the alleged arrest of the security officers attached to Governor Hope Uzodinma. Governor Uzodinma, it is believed that they will use the stakeholders meeting to expose the identities of those behind insecurity and other forms of criminality in Imo State. This has prompted Imo citizens to become more curious to discover the identities of those undermining their peace and prosperity. Thus, the current media frenzy by both Rochas Okorocha and Uche Nwosu appears to be strengthening the notion of culpability. To discredit the government and undermine the peace which the government has achieved so far, as was evident in the large number of Imo people who came back home from around the world for Christmas and New Year festivities, the duo have resorted to publishing falsehood yet again about security officers in the state government house. Their claim of the current arrest and detention of the certain Shaba, whom they alleged to be the CSO of the Imo State governor, is traced to the governor's CSO, is not known by the name of Shaba, both officially and otherwise. In addition, no security officer in the governor's security team was either arrested or is currently unaccounted for. As such, the entire story can be described as a poor scripted fabrication aimed at misleading the unsuspecting public. For the avoidance of doubt, Okorocha and Nwosu have been specifically mentioned by suspects who are in the custody of security agents as being sponsors of kidnapping and banditry in Imo State, using their relationship with former ex-militants to perpetrate the crimes. Rather than clear their names, they appear bent on being overt and covert means to blackmail the police high command, and the public must be informed that the entire report is false and a failed attempt to frustrate the Imo stakeholders meeting taking place on Tuesday. And this is why the mass of Imo people who are undoubtedly peaceful and fun-loving are enjoined to discountenance the serial falsehood that continues to churn out the embattled duo. The focus and direction of the Governor Uzodinma-led government, it must be emphasized, will continue to be about the well-being of people of the state, no matter what is at stake, and these were the comments.
Are not released. The President General of the organization, Professor George Obiozo, told Tribune Online in Owerri on the telephone on Saturday that such statement did not come from him and as such should be completely disregarded because it is coming from fake and dissident group that has no address. He said that Igbos have not decided on anything like that and that Wanise Indigbo will only speak when they hear my voice or Alex Ogbonaya. Izuguzoro Group is a fake group who are claiming to be Ohanaeze Ndigbo. Obiozor maintained that the said group had no local standing to talk about such issues concerning Igbo and was looking for cheap attention. The apex Igbo leader expressed regret that such a statement could tarnish the image and destiny of Igbos, adding that no sensible Igbo man could make such a statement. The President General said that Nnamdi Kanu's release is a different business, being pursued cordially and according to the rules and regulations, assuring that it is working out well. Lagos, who happens to be the second least livable city in the world for the year 2021, and this is according to the most recent annual ranking put together by the Economist Intelligence Unit (EIU). And this was coming after there was a certain news, that was been making the social media page where the said Ohanaeze Ndigbo had actually said that they would not allow the election for 2023 to hold if there is if they refuse to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come 2022, and the Izuguzoro Group, who claims to be part of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo, actually made this known by saying that they urge that for peace, stability and security in the southeast, then the President Muhammadu Buhari should ensure that they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as soon as possible, where Okechukwu Izuguzoro made this claim by saying, he happens to be the Secretary General of the Ohanaeze, and therefore, as a result of this, says that 2023 no election will hold and there will be another sit-at-home order, and this they should be prepared because it will increase the security challenges in the country and also lead to economic disintegration. And therefore, the president of the group says that this was not from him, and therefore that it is not from Ohanaeze Ndigbo generally, saying that if it is not from him or they do not hear from one of its members, which is Alex Ogbonaya, then it is not the voice of the Igbo people nor the Ohanaeze Ndigbo, saying that a right sensible person would never say such, and saying that the pursuit of the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was actually a different case entirely, and that anybody that is saying that if it's not released in 2022, that there will be no elections with evidence of sit-at-home order in the East, and saying that Buhari cannot shy away from releasing Nnamdi Kanu, and that it will obliterate the negative impression of Nigeria in the eyes of international community, and also restore the dignity of Nigeria and readmit her amongst the community of nations if it is released. Saying that anybody going after this is actually, an enemy of the Igbo land and does not want peace and stability in the southeastern region. Saying that there are ways of which they are pursuing this to a logical end to secure the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but then it is a different race entirely from that of 2023 election. Thanks for listening, and that is the news.